Hey everyone, today is December 20th, 2019. I'm in the United States. It's about 6:39 p.m. And I want to do a quick video on Meghan Markle and some of the stuff that we're seeing in the States. More nonsensical crap put out by entertainment, fashion publications like cosmopolitan.com. And I just want to say up front that I am not against Meghan or Harry, but predominantly Meghan, but I'm also not for her. So I'm kind of somewhere in the gray area wondering what this whole thing is about and just sharing my views on YouTube, on my channel, just to kind of vent and share. It's kind of hypocrisy. It's a lot of hearsay and it's a lot of speculation from everybody who's on YouTube. It's not just me. We're just sharing our opinions, and that's what I'm doing here. So today in the States, and I'm sure everywhere else, but in regurgitated fashion, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have removed all their tagged pics from Instagram. Now, they're the only royal family that seems to be doing this. I don't know. Is it to set themselves aside or above? I don't know. Don't mind my dogs. They're in the back barking. Is this to set themselves up and aside, or is it just to be relative, like to keep us thinking about what they're up to? Like, why do I care if they aren't allowing any themselves to be tagged in any photos and they're taking them off their Instagram? I don't know. Maybe they just want to just be out there. So the other thing is that I'm thinking perhaps it's just to show that they're so special. Now, when I say they, I really don't really feel like it's Harry. This stuff seems kind of beneath Harry, although since he's entangled himself with Meghan Markle, who's all about the entertainment business and trying to get ahead and above in a career, and I believe that it's just so plainly obvious that she's using the royal family status to kind of accentuate that fact. Like, she really is just married for the status. Although I'm sure Harry's very lovable, there's a difference between being really lovable and being in love. And of course, I wouldn't be surprised if people marry into the royal family to create, contracts. And that's really what marriage is some type of contract. But for most of us, we like to romanticize it and hope that it's actually love. So I don't really feel that it's really about Harry. I feel like a lot of this is Meghan and her justifying this or that. Every day it's a new thing to justify that she's entitled to, and nobody should give an opinion. And that's, to me, meaning that she's not being transparent. So if you're taking your tagged photos off your Instagram, that just says that you're afraid of what someone might tag you. Maybe there's some nude photos of you or partially nude photos on vacation in Greece, which is really harmless. It's just a vacation with the girls for a bridesmaid wedding of a friend. It's a friend's wedding, and, just because you were topless and hanging out doesn't really incite any malice. But those have been taken down, of course, because it's the royal family now. Now you're talking about by extension, their good name. But as far as Meghan, I just feel like she's just a California girl, good time girl, and she's done a lot of things in her life to get ahead, and it didn't really work out that well. And because of that, this isn't a bad gig, being married to Prince Harry. After all, half the world who knows of him feels like they grew up with him and probably think, this isn't a bad thing. And it's not a bad gig going from acting to acting in the royal family. So who knows what their contract is? Who knows what's their agreement? And not being tagged in photos just tells me, and maybe other people agree, that she is not willing to be transparent. She is afraid of something. showing up on her page that will, when she's tagged in a photo, which won't look appropriate. Or maybe she just doesn't want to be bothered with people. Either way, I feel like it's not so much Harry, even though maybe Harry kind of likes being put up front a little bit more. His ego is being a little bit stroked more than ever because of not being in his brother William's shadow, and he's never going to be king per se. So this might maybe stroke his ego a little bit more in a way that he is unaccustomed to. But for Meghan, kicking up dirt and smiling in front of the camera and, wearing certain clothes and doing this and that and turn and pose is all about her. So it's kind of like an extension of her acting. But I really don't care if she's not going to allow herself to be tagged on Instagram. Who cares? It's really more unrelevant stuff, and I guess this is all going up to the hype of a Christmas card. Now, can someone please tell me why would we need to see on December 20th, with just a few days before Christmas, several days before Christmas, why would we care to see their Christmas card so late in the game? Why is it even important? And it's supposed to be so avant-garde that, is this what we're going to do every year, is try to be so avant-garde that we try to break the internet like Kim Kardashian and Kim Kardashian West, actually? Is that what we're going to be doing now? We're going to be trying to be relevant by throwing, dog meat out there and hoping someone picks it up. I mean, it's low-lying fruit, Why don't you just go off and do official royal business, strictly official royal business, and then show us the real, regular you, not the one that you are so excited to portray because you've been living in the shadow of the royal family our whole lives. On the news and media just shows Prince Harry from when he was a baby. So really, honestly, and she's like 15 years older than him. So she knew him long before he knew her, in terms of seeing him on the internet and growing up in front of the camera, where she was, a child and a teen and a young adult. And she knows all about him through TV. You can actually just study him, really. And I think that's what she might have done and had a plan to kind of throw herself in his path. But who cares if they're allowing tagged photos? I don't care. I just think she's not wanting to be transparent. But she wants everybody else to be transparent. And if you want everybody else to be transparent, which everybody is trying to be transparent in terms of the media showing you how you really are, in terms of their articles and how they see you and through the other sources. Whereas a lot of people like myself who are creating videos on YouTube to be able to share our impression, our opinion of Meghan Markle marrying into the royal family and how she's handling it and how she is placing herself in the limelight and merching stuff and trying to come up with all these deals to make money, and even founding her own foundation, which actually Sussex Royal Foundation means absolutely nothing in terms of what it really stands for and what it does. To me, it says, I'm just a corporation front, a face front for laundering my money through so that I can use it on things that I need when I need to use it and call it a business purchase. I don't know. It's kind of a generalized name, the Sussex Royal Foundation. What do you people do? What is the foundation doing for the world? Nothing. So that's my whole thing for today. I really don't want to go into it because it's so close to Christmas and there's so many more important things going on, we hope. And we just want to wait and see when she comes out with, the IVR baby news, where she has a surrogate, or she's being artificially inseminated, or she is, what else is there? Adopting. That's the other thing I heard recently. They may adopt Actually, this was in the summer. An article came out saying they're thinking about adopting. I wouldn't be surprised if they were baby shopping in another country like Africa for a baby to adopt. So it's 10 minutes now that I've been chatting, and I think really that is good enough. We'll see a couple of things like the baby news, whether it's IVR, adoption, or surrogate, or she's going to do the moon bump thing again, which nobody bought, which I think that's why we're going to see a little bit more effort being put into creating or crafting this story about the next child, because I think she's more older than 38. I think they couldn't go any younger, and they wanted to keep it in the 30s along with Harry, who's 33. So I think, though, if you dig and dig and dig, I think there's places that insinuate that she has had photos taken and posted on the internet that say a little bit different, that prove the age is a little different, like graduation photos and friends posting photos and such and so forth. And she's really actually probably more like 45 versus 38. So, there's a range there, and we'll just say that according to the internet, if you dig hard enough, you can find some of that information and then draw your own conclusions. And that brings me to letting you know that this whole channel is for entertainment purposes only, and they're my views. I'm based in the United States. I'm a woman, and I'm biracial. And although at this moment it doesn't give any additional specialness to this video, it does let you know that my eyes are seeing how my eyes are seeing this, and my views are coming from that particular place. I'm biracial too, and when she says things going back like to Africa and saying that I'm here as a woman, I'm here as this, I'm here as that, and I'm here as sister, but yet she whitens herself out and chooses to portray mainly only one side of herself and not just be her natural self and just be who she is, without pushing the agenda of lightening her skin or darkening it, tanning it as she wishes. Like using cosmetics is nothing new, but honestly, there's a lot of things that she just prefers to be viewed as singularly white, even though we all know she's biracial, and she's not denying it. We see her mother, we see her father, but it's just a cluster F, the whole situation. And so sometimes I will be commenting and viewing about that type of thing, but right now it's all about how unrelevant these headlines are, and why are you posting them? And honestly, it's not a surprise. It looks like she just doesn't want to be as transparent as she really should be. And that's sad, because we're being duped, and it won't be the first time. And lastly, I'd like to say she had a problem with President Trump in the United States being, not transparent and being, full of lies, deceitful, and he's quite unliked by the majority of people of the United States, just generally. Of course, there's people that support him, but generally, I think the United States would tilt some way if we all who didn't approve of the president's doings and sayings would tilt in our favor. And yet she herself seems to be reminding me and many other people of the president, in the way that she's not transparent, the way that she's twisting things, the way that it's a constant smokescreen after a smokescreen, how you can't have photos. If the photos show up, there's denial, and then she wants them taken down. She's not even bothering to deny them. She just wants them to be removed and kept hidden. So she reminds me of Trump. So Megan Trump, Meg Trump, she could kind of morph her name into half of his, and we would, have a great nickname for her. But for today, I think that's going to be it. because I think there's not any real news, which none of it really is, but anything significant and meaty, because they're only showing us the fluffy stuff here in the States, and I didn't really want to dig deep into a story that's not there. But I do have a couple of ideas on a few videos to come up. But again, it's the holiday season. I'm doing like a million things at once, and so I want to keep these things brief, and I try not to rattle on, but we'll leave it at today's post about Ms Markle, who doesn't seem to want to have any tagged photos on her Instagram. And I feel that's not being transparent, and it even brings the limelight, I hope it brings the limelight closer to her and shine on the both of them more, so that we can really know and dissect what's going on, because it's starting to get deeper and deeper. And right now, I think she's going to come out, she's taking this break, and I think there's going to be a baby announcement, and I think that's an adoption, because I think adoption isn't that fast, it isn't that easy, and I think it takes time. And we'll see either an adoption, or we'll see another moon bump, or we'll see a surrogate, or maybe she's trying for the IVR. Who knows? Because maybe, the world hasn't really accepted her debauchery, and she's going to come a little bit more correct. We'll see. So the smokescreen for today is she is not going to allow any tagged photos of herself wherever she's tagged. And it's never about Harry. This is what's so sad, is she's doing the same thing to Harry by him being in his brother's shadow his whole life. He's now out of his shadow, but he's in Meghan's shadow. When will Harry wake up? That too will be the next video. All right, have a great day and do your own research. And I thank you for watching. Bye.